G'day, this is Jane from the Horse Life YouTube channel. Today I'm going to be comparing Temu products with other well-known horse products. We're starting with rugs, fly rugs. So I've actually bought a Temu rug and I've also bought a Saxon rug from WeatherBeeta or Horseland. So let's start the comparison. This is where I've overlaid both rugs together. The top black one is the Temu rug. It's a fly rug, that's how it was advertised. It didn't have a size, didn't really have many other details. The Saxon rug is a 6-foot rug, and by the look of the Temu rug, it's very, very similar size, possibly an inch or two bigger. Let's start with the obvious. It doesn't have a tail flap. It doesn't have leg straps. It does have a belly strap, or two belly straps. And it does have two hook and loop fastenings on the front here. The neck shape is slightly different. It comes up at a much steeper angle here compared to the Saxon. There's like that much difference. On early inspection, the stitching is simple. This is webbing. It seems the same kind of quality that you'd get elsewhere. The stitching looks pretty good. And the stitching around the edge, it's only got this join here right in the front, and there's no join along the back. It's just one piece, so nowhere for stitching to come apart along the back edge. And there are two small darts at the rear end of it, but very, very small. So that's the Temu one. Let's expose the Saxon rug now. So here's the Saxon 6-foot fly rug. It's got one metal buckle with a keeper. And then here is Velcro attachments that I think when we put the rug on, this will overlap. Double stitched edging, fake fleece with a protector, a join along the back seam, satin lining. No belly straps at all, but it does have adjustable leg straps with clips. And darts in the tail end, here and here. And then also we've got the tail flap. Does seem like quite nice light material. The Temu rug is much lighter mesh. So Max is a quarter horse, he's 15 hands high, and his usual rug size is a 6-foot in the WeatherBeetas and any other brands that I've bought. Okay, now we have it on. You can see how well, it fits. It's just not a good fit. As I was putting it on, I realised these belly straps are on the inside of the rug, not on the outside. I don't know, I think that could be a bit of an issue because they're gonna rub up against the horse possibly. And in order to have them on the outside of the rug, these will have to be on the inside of the rug, which probably isn't ideal either. So at this stage, I'm going to leave it this way. There's no adjustment in them at all. So that bottom one's a bit loose, could quite possibly come loose. The top one's nice and firm. There is a bit of a gap in the neck because it doesn't fit in well. There's no darts in the neck. There's no shape in the back. It does come to the end of him, so it must be equivalent to a 6-foot. There are no other good darts in the back, so that sits right up off of him. And looking from the back, it does seem to flare out a fair bit. So I don't know if that's going to be very effective at keeping flies off unless he's actually moving. There are no seams right on his shoulder, which is a good thing. There is only that one seam up the top. It does seem a little bit snug here, right on the shoulder, so I really don't know if that's going to last very long. There's a good length in the front. So there we go, an up close of the Temu rug. Now we're going to compare it to the fit of the Saxon rug. Here's the Saxon rug on Max. To start with, it actually looks a little bit shorter. It's supposed to be a 6 foot. A little bit of room there. Good length. I did notice the strap holders are only like webbing, which I suppose it's sewn on there quite well though. Good clips. This is the fastening at the front, and this is the Velcro that kind of holds it on underneath the buckle. So Saxon. Fly sheet. Nice length in the front, crosses over well. Does have that satin lining. Much better fit across the back. Before a test, I'm going to put the Temu rug on Max today, and then I'll do another video in a few days' time and we'll see how or if it held up. I also have another one of these Saxon rugs, but with the neck rug for Shalico. Everything about it is the same, obviously, except for the neck rug. And we're going to see how they work out after a couple of days. The second part of this comparison video, trying out Temu stuff compared to WeatherBeeta or Saxon or other well-known brands. He's helping me organise. Max, are you right? The original reason I wanted to do this video in the first place was because last year I had to buy a fly mask for Max because he had injured his eye. I had already purchased one from Temu and I had it sitting around, but I'd never used it because I was worried that it was poor quality. And so I went and bought one from Horseland, a WeatherBeeta fly mask. And then I got my Temu fly mask out and I was blown away by the difference in quality of the two brands. So it's just started pouring with rain. Here's this year's Temu mask. It's got netting over the ears. It's got a nice stiff mesh over the eyes. And it's actually got seams around the edge. This one is a little bit different to the one I bought last year. The one I bought last year did seem to be a bit better quality. But I bought this one this year, you know, for the new comparison. Much better quality than the last year's 2025 WeatherBeeta fly mask. I went to Horseland this year to buy a WeatherBeeta mask to do this comparison, and I was shocked. WeatherBeeta, look at the stitching, the seams, completely different. This has actually got a little bit of elastic in it. The noseband is a bit stretchy. Still got the same kind of mesh over the eyes, still got the very large eye sockets. Seams up the back, seams around the ear openings. So compared to last year's WeatherBeeta, this one is 100% better quality. And in saying that, this was the type of quality I had on the Temu mask last year. So I don't know. Do you reckon WeatherBeeta's just gone and bought them from Temu and put their little tag on it? Now here is another one that I bought from Temu. It says full. It's got the solid, the very stiff mesh, and then it's got very flexible mesh, good seams around the edge. It's got a little bit of padding on this part that goes underneath the chin or the jaw. Double fastening underneath the jaw, and Velcro fastening up behind the ears. This isn't good at all. This is really tight over his eyes here. It's very small. I could only just get it on, as you can see. It does fit over his ears, but it's still extremely tight. There's no leeway in there. It doesn't come over his poll at all. The eye socket is all the way down here, and yet his eye is up here. So it could fit a cob or a pony. Now for the more expensive Temu mask. I'll give you the prices later. This does have a size on it. It says full. I really like this one. It's got a very good fit. There's still a little bit of room down here, but you probably don't really need to do that much tighter. Or it might be a little bit of room back here. I could do this up tighter, I think. It does have Velcro fastening up the top, but that's a really good fit around his ears. And then down here, I like this bit of elastic edging, banding, and then you've got the flexible mesh with airflow, and then you've got the stiff mesh for his eyes. So it fits very, very well around his face. The only thing is, once I've done this Velcro up a bit tighter, there's a lot of leftover that can easily be cut off. This is a good one. I think we're going to leave this one on. Okay, finally we have the WeatherBeeta. This is the cheapest WeatherBeeta I could find. Way better fit than last year. Pretty good fit all round. As you can see, still got massive eye sockets. And this dart kind of presses right on the front of their eye. This one looks like it might actually be annoying because the fold is underneath. It's a pity they didn't have less down here and they had more up here. Good ear openings, nice snug fit all around, good elasticity around the neck and the nose. Yep, nice and firm. Generally, a much better fit than the 2025 fly mask. Even though the 2025 fly mask is all falling apart, I'm going to put it on him to show you how bad a fit it was. This is the WeatherBeeta 2025 fly mask, and you'll see what I mean by this. There's just, even though it's old, this is what it was like when I put it on you. No edging, no seams. It didn't stay on very well last year. It's still got the same problem here. The dart's right on the front of the eyes and the top of the netting pressing on the top of the eye. Same as the new one. And look how big these eye sockets are. They're huge. Somebody needs to do some redesigning of these things. The 2025 fly mask had a much poorer fit than the 2026 WeatherBeeta fly mask. The 2025 fly mask from Temu had a much better fit than the 2026 Temu fly mask. The 2026 WeatherBeeta, $19.99. The 2025 WeatherBeeta, I can't remember. It was between $15 and $20. Last year's Temu, that I don't have anymore, that I was comparing last year's WeatherBeeta to, was $3. This year's Temu with the mesh ears and the stiff mesh eyes, but it's just too small for Max, $3.46. Last year it was around the $3 mark, but better quality. This year's Temu, good quality one, $15.24. This was a really, really good buy, and I would definitely go there again, because the equivalent to this at WeatherBeeta or at Horseland is around the $30 to $40 mark. Temu fly mesh rug, $24.50. I wouldn't go there again. I've tested it so you don't have to. The Saxon fly mesh rug, $21 on sale, usually $40. I would go with that one. Like and subscribe and you'll see some more videos of me comparing some Temu versus very well-known horse products in Australia. Here's the two boys with their rugs on. They're testing for the next few days. I don't know if they're going to last that long with them trying to bite each other. Max, leave him alone. Shalika has the Temu fly mask on, and he's got the Saxon fly rug on with the neck rug. Max has the Temu fly rug on and the WeatherBeeta fly mask. Let's see how long they last for. Keep watching and I'll update you.